Good morning. I hope you are all doing well. Today we are multiplying polynomials. Okay, so first we're going to begin with a review of the monomial times a polynomial, and then we'll multiply two binomials, and then we'll multiply a binomial times a polynomial. There we go. Beginning with the monomial times a polynomial. Now, by the way, at any time if you want to pause it, copy down a problem and try it on your own, it's highly recommended. Okay, let's begin. Whenever we are multiplying, we're essentially just distributing. Distributing you've been doing for years. It's familiar. We like the familiar. Multiply. Multiply the like parts. So we're going to multiply the numbers and then the variables. Remember, we just did that whole exponent section. So when we multiply the like bases, we add the powers. I'm going to put the answer down here. Here's number 2. Distribute. Looks intimidating. One piece at a time. We got this. 7 times 3, 21. Multiply your x's. 3 plus 4. Multiply your y's. Oh, there's no y. Exponent, so we put a 1 there. You don't. 7 times 2 is 14. Oh, there's no x. So when there is no positive times a negative, number is 28. X to the 10. And y to the 10 plus 5. Oh, there's that. 15. Done. All about distributing again. X times x, x squared. And now I'm going to distribute this number all over here. Come back and I'm going to distribute this number, which is a negative 3. So when I distribute here, it's negative times a positive. Get this all the way over here, negative times a negative, 3 times 5. Saw in a previous video is that when we multiply binomials, we use this super fun acronym, FOIL. FOIL says to do this. Multiply the firsts, and we did that. The outers, that was second. The inners, and the last numbers. That's how we got the positive 15. And that's great. As long as we are multiplying first polynomial, then I'll say we are double distributing. Distribute once, then take our negative 3, distribute a second time. And remember, when we are multiplying 2 terms times 2 terms, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. However, sometimes there are some like terms, and we always want to combine, because in order to be simplified, we have to combine all like terms. So, x, okay, this guy over here. This is a binomial. This, we are, remember, not doing the regular exponent way because of that plus. So even though there's a square here, there's a plus here. No distributing. It's no. So what we're going to do is, remember, whenever we actually square something, we're multiplying times itself. So I'm going to write this twice and multiply. 2 times 2, 6. No. A squared and b. Cannot multiply them together. We write them next to each other, and I always choose to write them alphabetically. Does it really matter? No. But it's just a way to organize our space. Now we distribute the next term, plus 6. Okay, here I have a b and an a squared. I'm writing it alphabetically so that I'm organizing my thoughts. It may help me later. A squared, b, positive times a positive, b times b. As I look at these, I do see that I have like terms. A squared b. If I had written this as ba squared, still like terms. but I'm less likely to recognize that from the start. So if I write my letters alphabetically, I just have better luck. So let's organize our space. So these guys have to be combined. 4, a to the 4th plus. Remember, when we add like term, 412. Okay. That's how that guy works. Next, do all 2 things times 3 things, and we get 6. So we're going to end up with 6 terms, and then we're going to see if we can combine. Okay, let's start with this a. We're going to multiply the a times a squared, positive times a negative. My only number there is 5, and a times a is a squared. Multiply here, positive times a positive, 2a, halfway done. Come back for this 3. Positive times a positive, 6a squared. Positive times a negative, 3 times 5, a. Positive times a positive, 6. So now I'm looking for some like terms. I have some a squareds. I have a couple of a's, and I'm going to write this in standard form. Just another way to organize my thoughts. I'm going to write it so that the highest plus 6. You can put the 1 there. It hurts a little bit, but we're going to let it go. Positive 2 and negative 15, and then plus 6. Frequently, we will see multiplying a binomial times a polynomial written out. Occasionally, we're going to see this version of it. It's the same problem, by the way. Here's this. Trinomial on top. We will get the same answer. Let's see if you like this method of doing it better. I don't. I prefer this one. And quite honestly, if I see something written like this, I'm rewriting it. And then I'm just distributing. Distributing is my thing. It's easier for me. Let's do this. Again, it is just distributing, but we are multiplying up. So 3 will be multiplied times all of these. Positive 6. Next up, a times 2 will distribute the a times each number in the first polynomial. My term is an a term. A times 2, it is 2a. So I'm going to line it up with this guy. It's a positive 2a. A times a, that's going to give me an a squared term, like this one. So I will put my answer here. A times a squared, negative 5a squared is the whole thing. Same. We knew that.